interesting facts about famous people.
10 Western B-movies of the 60s. Following my recent video on Western B-movies of the 50s, today we will take a look at the 60s, so saddle up and come along for the ride. If you enjoy this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. If you want to check out my many other videos, head over to my channel. The link is in the description. Let's get into it. Noose for a Gunman, 1960. Case Britton, gunslinger and wanted man, comes to town to meet his bride-to-be, stop a stagecoach robbery, and even get even with the man who killed his brother. Almost identical to The Quick Gun, 1964, and Top Gun, 1955. Ted DeCorsia was in this film and Top Gun, and Steve Fisher wrote all three. Director, Edward L. Kahn. Cast, Jim Davis, Lynn Thomas, Ted DeCorsia, Barton Lane.
Beside the money, there's victuals, liquor, and women, eh, boys?
Walk Like a Dragon, 1960. In 1870s California, cowboy Lincoln Link Bartlett finds out there's a slave auction of Chinese women in San Francisco, and he intervenes and purchases Kim Sung from the auction. The film has a retroactive connection to director James Clavell's later Asian saga novels. The 1981 novel, Noble House, features a character named Lincoln Bartlett, who is said to be a descendant of the similarly named character played by Jack Lord in this movie. Director, James Clavell. Cast, Jack Lord, Nobu McCarthy, James Shigeta, Mel Torme.
I didn't pay you for advice.
Why, you miserable son.
13 Fighting Men, 1960. A Union captain and his troops guard a load of gold from a group of Confederates at the end of the war. Only film directed by known editor Harry Gerstad. The Union forces are lugging a Gatling gun with them on their clandestine mission behind rebel lines in spring 1865. However, Gatling guns were not officially purchased by the US Army until 1966. Director Harry Gerstad. Cast, Grant Williams, Brad Dexter, Carol Matthews, Robert Dix. Oklahoma Territory, 1960. A district attorney tries an Indian chief for the murder of an Indian agent, but begins to believe the chief is possibly being framed by powerful interests who want to start a war between the Indians and the locals. Quote, Ruth Redhawk, Temple, you're no longer a man, because you've forgotten how to think with your heart. Director, Edward L. Kahn. Cast, Bill Williams, Gloria Talbot, Ted DeCorsia, Grant Richards. Fort Courageous, 1965. An ex-cavalry sergeant, being escorted to prison after being convicted of a crime he didn't commit, finds himself leading the remnants of a unit that has been under Indian attack at a fort. This film is a virtual scene-for-scene remake of Fort Bowie, 1958, and in fact, the battle scene that opens the film is lifted entirely from it. The film begins before opening credits. Director, Leslie Cylinder. Cast, Fred Bear, Don Red Barry, Hannah Landy, Harry Lauter. El Cerro de las Calaveras, 1965. Episodic film in which a masked hero combats a trio of classic monsters. The film was a big influence for the horror punk band The Misfits, 1977 to 1983, who saw it at a horror movie revival. In the film, the Charro, horseman, wears all black clothing with untucked boots and skull emblems found on his back or shoulders. Director, Alfredo Salazar. Cast, Dagoberto Rodriguez, David Silva, Alicia Caro, Pascual Garcia Pene. Deadwood, 76, 1965. A young drifter is mistaken for Billy the Kid. The consequences prove deadly. La Donna Cotier's only film. Set in 1876, Billy the Kid wouldn't have been known outside of New Mexico Territory at the time. He didn't become a wanted outlaw until he killed Sheriff William Brady during the Lincoln County War in April 1878. Director, James Landis. Cast, Arch Hall Jr., Jack Lester, La Donna Cotier, Arch Hall Sr.
Just a load of pussycats, taking him to death.
Convict Stage, 1965. Ben has been after the Sims brothers since they gunned down his sister. His wife, threatening to leave him, sees his chance to get her back and get his revenge. The only film of Joni Mitchell. When the stagecoach is approaching and then turning off to Calico, several tire tracks are visible in the soft dirt. Director, Leslie Selander. Cast, Harry Lauter, Don Red Barry, Joni Mitchell, Hannah Landy. "40 Guns to Fort Apache", 1967. The Apaches are on the warpath and the army must defeat them. Murphy's mission is to get a shipment of rifles, but they're stolen by greedy white traders with the help of mutinous soldiers. Audie Murphy's fee for this film was $50,000. His next to last film. Director, William Whitney. Cast, Audie Murphy, Michael Burns, Kenneth Tobey, Lorraine Stevens.
We're all gonna die someday. It's better to die fighting than...
The Gunhawk, 1963. When his town drunk father is killed by the Sully brothers, gunfighter Blaine Madden extracts his revenge but has to flee, aided by a young aspiring gunslinger when the sheriff tries to arrest him. Final film of director Edward Ludwig and Jesse Proctor. In the Taverna bar in Sanctuary, Curly confronts Johnny Flanders. In the course of their conversation, Johnny mistakenly refers to Curly as Johnny. "Now look, Johnny, nobody's going to kill nobody in this town." Director, Edward Ludwig. Cast, Rory Calhoun, Rod Cameron, Ruta Lee, Rod Lauren. Thank you for your time today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate likes and subscribers. Hit the notification bell to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel. The link's in the description. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.